All right, guys, I am about to venture upon my latest YouTube channel that's going to be totally different from anything I've ever done before. I'm also going to make a TikTok account for this, and those are things I'm about to start right now inside, even though I hate sitting in this chair and I hate being indoors. But this is going to be the beginning of the birth of Feral Princess. All right, so stick around, figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it, when I'm gonna do it, and what's got me to this point. We'll learn some things along the way together, and it's just gonna be, I think, absolutely amazing. So welcome to the Feral Princess channel. Okay, so I have started the Feral Princess YouTube channel. I will get into TikTok at some point or whatever, but I am really literally itching to get outside. I do not like sitting in a chair. I do not like sitting inside. I do not like any form of a box. And I feel like homes, cars, offices, all these things are boxes that I just don't want to be in. So anyway, I am, though, taking advantage of the Wi-Fi and the ability to get this channel started so that I can get out there. And I'm about to get rolling. So anyway, here we go. So I have hernia surgery coming up in less than a week, and I'm trying to get as much as I can get done and get as many experiences going, you know, because I'm not good at knotting and I'm dang sure not good at staying inside. But those are things that I'm going to have to do for a little bit, and I'm completely not looking forward to that, but trying to make the best out of the time that I have right now. I have had a series of surgeries once a month since February. I had my thyroid taken out February the 7th. I had surgery on my left vocal cord to have a polyp removed in March the 22nd. And I have the hernia surgery coming up on April 26th, which is this next Wednesday. It's kind of been a series of things since I was in a pretty significant motor vehicle accident last year, October 22nd of 2022, and I'm just trying to move forward. Things get wild. You go through things. I personally had so much PTSD from the car wreck that it brought up other things that had happened in life. I got almost completely agoraphobic in the middle of all this, so just the act of opening these gates and going over here to get into this gator to get rolling and to get out there in the woods to soak up a little God time and just soak up nature and keep trying is actually a lot. We're all affected at times by certain things, and those things can bring about other thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And I've learned a lot of processing during this time. I used to be filled with a lot of anger, serious anger. I've learned that anger is not a primary emotion, it is a secondary emotion. I've learned that there's something behind that anger, and what's behind that anger could be pain or hurt or something that you've been through, or, you know, but there's something behind the anger. And I've learned that. So I've learned to let that anger go, and I've learned to, you know, start working on things like that and try to assess the actual primary emotion that is starting that feeling so that I could learn to be better for myself and others and to exercise more self-control. One way that I've learned to create that centering and that letting go of that and trying to be more in control is by grounding. And grounding is a beautiful thing that I used to be so angry. I would have told somebody to take grounding and shove it. But I finally got to a point after realizing that it wasn't anger and working through the actual emotion where I do ground. And some of the way that I ground is by simply taking my shoes off and putting my feet on the ground. We are electrical beings and we have an electrical current and we need to be grounded. And one of the worst things that's ever happened to us is wearing shoes. So just the simple act of planting your actual feet on the ground helps a lot. I'm going to take you guys out into the woods with me and we're going to have some good times. All right. I'm out in nature, and I feel that connection with the world and all things natural, and I don't have to feel like I'm in a box of a hospital or at a doctor's appointment or just dealing with some kind of business or some entity or even working on the books that I write. It's my break in the monotony and the, like I said, being in a box of reality. And so I just kind of go escape in nature, and I'm training myself out here. And after I continue this for a moment and recover from my surgeries, I want to get out and I want to walk the trail between Mena, Arkansas and Beavers Bend, Hochtown, Oklahoma. I would like to go and hike Mount McKittrick in Texas, and with my final goal being hiking the Appalachian Trail all the way from Georgia to Maine. I'm super excited having that as a goal, and I hope to one day have that entire thing documented as I do it on this YouTube channel. Okay, I'm about to enter the Enchanted Forest, and this is just where life changes and things just start getting better. It's just beautiful. Everything changes. Even here, as you enter, just tell that there's just a sense of peace, and it's different. It's different from the entire rest of the world. It's just amazing. There's a few limbs that are down. I'll come and get them. I like to walk the trails after I get out here so that I can clean them and clean up the limbs and keep them walking accessible for myself and others that come out here. It's just, I don't know, it's just such a peaceful, serene place to be in. And me, my husband, and my youngest son, which is our middle son, have cleared every one of the trails that you will see at any given moment out here in the Enchanted Forest on any video. These trails were actually developed, created, and are maintained by myself, the middle boy, and my husband. And it's been a good experience to come out here and do these things because it's something that we could do together. We've camped out here. We've had, multiple, obviously controlled fires, and we've just made this little safe haven of beauty out in nature together, and it's changed our worlds. And some of the kids around this neighborhood have came to enjoy it out here as well. They come out here with their four-wheelers and stuff, and it's just a place for everyone to have just a good time and just be away from the television and the video games and business and emails and things like that. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, calm, peaceful place that people can come and share in the experience and just enjoy themselves. I'm fixing to go and park over here and then start walking these trails and picking up limbs, and like I said, making sure that it is walking accessible, as well as it just makes it safer for the drivers that come out here, including the four-wheelers, especially them, as they don't have a cocoon. So here we go. There are so many things that I've learned out here along the way, blazing trails and, maintaining trails and just coming out here and enjoying what we've done and just soaking up nature. I've learned so many things along the way. When you are out in nature, you get a different mindset. You tend to be calmer, I believe. I personally pray a lot more. I'll just start walking and praying, and I just feel God's presence better out here in situations and places like this. One thing that I learned that I would like to share is on another side, not the way that I'm taking you all with me right now. I'm actually walking down to what we call Beaver Island to see if the beaver is indeed still there. You will have a chance to possibly see mallards, herons, lots of turtles, possibly an alligator, and possibly a beaver out here as I take you along this bottom trail with me. Anyway, on the other side of all of this, like I said, not the way that we're going, but I had noticed that there was a vine that was wrapped around a tree. I released the tree from that vine, and while that is extremely helpful to that tree, and it will allow the tree to be able to grow differently and grow better and not be afflicted by that vine anymore, that tree will forever have scars from that vine. Okay, now that's a point of thought right there, because a lot of times in our lives, perhaps you had or have toxic parents, toxic sibling, have had toxic friendship relationship, toxic business relationships, or maybe even a toxic romantic relationship and or marriage. These things affect us. And even when we are released from that person or thing or whatever we have going on, we still have those scars. But we can learn by looking at those scars, and we can continue to grow better and through that, and even in a better way from knowing what we've experienced before, and maybe even keep ourselves from being in that situation again. That would be amazing. That's what we're here for, honestly, is to learn and to grow. I don't know if you can see some of the turtles down there trying to catch some sun. The water's up pretty good today. Beautiful day. There they go. Those turtles will literally jump from the 3-foot high or more, depending on the water level, part of that tree down there when they see you. I usually try to be really quiet because I'm trying to sneak up on a beaver that is eating all the fish down here. And actually one day, it was hiding over there in that thicket right there, and we scared each other. It ran down here to this log. We stared at each other a little more, and then it got in the water and swam over there to that cove, that biggest tree right over there. And there's actually a hole that it has over there that it's able to get up in that tree that it has created, and it hid from me, and I waited for 27 minutes with my baby boy just to see if we could see it again. And no, he's got his own system. Anyway, this is what we call Beaver Island this way. But yeah, you learn a lot in the woods. You learn a lot about just things in general. You learn a lot about yourself. You just have that time to think. I think that we all are craving and need disconnection. We need to be unplugged. We need moments of knotting, is what I call it. And I'm trying to learn the art of the knot. I'm not good at knotting, but kind of been forced into that. And I'm about to be double forced into it after this next surgery. And I had a really good friend of mine, we're going to call her Kay, that told me just the other day, she said, sometimes God wants you to sit with him. And I was like, ugh, I mean, I don't want to sit with anybody. I really don't. I want to just be out and doing and constantly productive. And that's actually an unhealthy problem in itself. And I've learned that. And I'm trying to learn the art of the knot. So anyway, it won't be long and I will have to be knotting to the extreme. after this next surgery, and probably going to be reading books and things like that for at least a couple days, which is something I haven't done in forever because I'm usually constantly on the move. But I'm going to use it to my advantage, and I'm going to try to knot while I'm supposed to be knotting, because I don't want to have to learn this lesson again, I'll tell you that. And like I said, I have these goals of, you know, getting to that Appalachian Trail, staying in nature, doing things. Recovery is something that has to be done, unfortunately, in a home or hospital. Well, I mean, it's just best for so many reasons, including infection and just getting that rest that we need sometimes, that we deny ourselves, that sometimes we're put in the place to just receive. And it's hard, but necessary. So it's kind of where I'm at right now. And just going to do the best that I can and live my life to the fullest at any given time at its maximum potential. But I'm going to use that time, hopefully, to plan a little bit, maybe just keep talking to you all, and going from there. It's all part of the journey, and I appreciate you being on the ride. So here we go. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, because it's just sharing a little piece of my world from the Enchanted Forest.